It's that again. Well, we don't have it off the trailer quite yet. This is day 2, day 3. Day 2, I worked on trying to create a lift mechanism. Thought I'd give you guys a little detail on how that's going to work, or not work. But anyway, it has these tabs. You guys can see here. The blue tab that sticks out, and there's 4 of those. There's one over here, there's one right there, and there's one on the other side. And I had a piece of square tubing. It's can't really see it, but it's not very thick. It's maybe 1/8 inch wall, and it was long, so I cut it. You can see that chunk I cut off, and what I've done is I've bolted it on this side, and I bolted on that side over here to hold it from squeezing together. I don't want it to pinch. So I've done that. And then what I've done here is I've taken the piece I cut off and I just welded it with the stick welder. Galvanized it. It's a little tricky to weld. It stinks when you weld it. Not supposed to breathe it. Probably kill you eventually. But anyway, I did that. And I just stuck that piece right in the middle and to give it more support. I could loop the chain, which is what I'm thinking. I'm going to stick the chain through here and bring it up. So now I've got a bigger point to lift from. I could put bolts in here. It's just jacked up on blocks right now. That block is holding it up. That's why it's kind of teetering the way it is. But I think we'll give it a try here first. We'll run the chain through, create a loop, a hook, triangular. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the engine hoist that's over here in the corner. That's the other thing I was going to look at, because I think it says on there how much that'll pick. I think, if I can get to it. Yeah, of course you can't see it. But seems like it had little marks on it. It does. Right there it says 2 ton in that hole. And then I think it's 1.5 ton. 1 ton all the way out to the end, and maybe even 1/2 ton. So 1 ton, that's pretty decent. Because this thing weighs, according to what I can find on the internet, which is very little, on this model, it weighs 2,500 pounds, give or take. So the other thing I just started doing was before I get it down on the ground, I'm going to take the wire wheel and wire brush off some of that loose powder coat. And I bought a can of this color here, which is deep blue gloss. They come pretty darn close. You guys can see where the powder coat is right here, where I sprayed it up here. I did not spray the powder coat. You can see the rusty part there still. So it's not too bad. Pretty close. So that's the color we're going to go with. I'll probably get a can of it instead of the rattle can, but up here to the local hardware store, they only had it in the rattle can, so it was worth a try. And it sure looks better than this. You can see that looks better than this. So, and protects it a little bit. So that's what that is. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys this little badge here that they stuck on it. You can see the number on it. Norton, Massachusetts, I guess. Norton, MA was where Eagle Equipment is. But I know they outsource this, so this is, I'm pretty sure it's a bend pack. Eventually, when I'm digging around in here, you guys, I bet I'll find something that says bend packed on it, or something to that effect. So, nothing down inside here that I can see. on the pump or anything on the storage tank. But yeah, the last time you guys didn't see this anyway. So here's the power control. You just got a on-off switch and a up, down, momentary switches. So that's how that works. And it almost looks like he's already painted that, but over the years. But anyway, that's the way that works. So you can see the blues. This blue is a little bit lighter. This one's got a little more purple to it. But we'll probably end up painting the whole darn thing just to make it look halfway presentable, since it's here. But I want to get the bottom sides where it's really rusty, where it's been sitting on the floor down under here. It's kind of hard to see, but this side's not too bad. But this side over here, it's peeling right off. So you can see the difference there. And it's close, especially in the camera. You can tell, but it's a little bit darker. I tried mixing up. I had some royal blue, Rust-Oleum, and some sail blue, and I mixed it together because I had a little bit left of each. And I didn't like it. It was still not quite the right blue. But this one here is pretty close to the right blue. This just has a little more purple in it. So anyway, that's the plan. So yeah, I figure if I run the chain right through here, it'll pick right there, and hopefully it won't bend the bars or bend that bar. If it does, my plan is I'm going to take and run the chain through the bar, through the tube, and go right straight through and come up. Then I'm going to hook another chain or a come along in between. So I'm picking here. I'm going to be technically picking over here and technically picking over here. So that should give me 3 pick points to pick it up. And then what I think I'm going to do down here is probably right about in this point here, I'm going to jack this up with bars or whatever, because those feet will pick up. Actually, those would come off. If I had to, I could drive those pins out and remove those ramps, and then which would take off probably a couple 100 pounds. But jack this up right here. There's a hole for a bolt, and get a piece of pipe under this and roll like Egyptian style. Roll, get a piece of pipe on this side, roll it that way, and try to pull it even a foot at a time. Just keep moving the pipes. When the pipes roll out, slide another one under it. So anyway, guys, the procedure continues to try to get it off the trailer. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and commenting, and follow along with my fiasco of getting this 2,500 pound lift off my trailer without a skid steer or a forklift. Bye.